plane under the sea, they dive it, and they bring something back from that wreck that they shouldn't have brought back. And it's a horror game. There's a kind of there's some fishermen. They kind of get into a fight with it. All spirals out of control. They
As
find
horror
themselves.
stories do.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you never bring something back. When will these teenagers learn?
I know. Tell me about it. What were we thinking?
Right? Well, speaking of what were you thinking, Sean, can you tell us a little bit about your character? And
Yeah. So I play a character called Conrad. And like Tom was saying, there's sort of this group of 4 American teenagers that charter this boat. And Conrad's, for me, was interesting as an actor, because I've never played a character quite like him. He's sort of this privileged, white kid that's on vacation. He's brash. He's like he's a self-proclaimed ladies' man. So he's not like the nicest guy. He's a bit of a dick.
I was going to say, not liking Conrad already.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Conrad, he's a dick.
Yeah, I think Zeke likes Conrad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be like, that guy's funny.
He is funny though. Like
funny.
again, what I think is important and what is really cool about Supermassive's character work, and what brought me in as an actor, is that they are fully developed characters, right? So
Sure.
they're bold characters. You know exactly who they are and how they sort of fit into maybe some of these horror tropes at the beginning. But as you go through these really scary, horrifying situations with these characters, you learn more about them. So again, what's interesting about the branching narrative of Man of Medan 2 is that these characters can sort of, their essence stays the same, but they can become different people. So Conrad might take a slightly more heroic journey through the game, depending on what the player chooses, or maybe not. And so, as an actor, it's cool to sort of explore all those different variations of a character, as opposed to just like one linear storyline.
That was definitely something I really enjoyed about Until Dawn. I mean, I've played through that game so many times, and that's exactly what I love about it, is the branching narrative elements. It sounds like that's something we're going to be seeing a lot of in Man of Medan. Are there any other similarities or differences between this new anthology series?
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the branching. The branching is much bigger in Man of Medan than it is in Until Dawn. It's many times bigger. That's one of the goals we set ourselves to really kind of explore how big a branching narrative could be. So everything you do as a player kind of branches the game and takes it in a slightly different direction. Sometimes that's a really big thing, and it's life and death. Sometimes it's about relationships with the other characters, or about yourself, how you're going to grow, and how that character will make decisions in the future. So that's a really big thing for us. There was a few other things we learned from Until Dawn. One was the whole streaming thing. That took us by surprise. That on the day of release, we turned on our PS4s and people streaming it all over the place, and that was so cool to see. And after you worked for years on a game, that's just amazing to see people enjoying it and talking about it and discussions starting. So we love that. We hope people do that with Man of Medan. It's a great way of interacting with the game. We know people like to play in groups. They're playing in groups of 4 or 5. Everyone's picking a character.
I love that.
That's cool.
That's one of my favorite party games to play. Is you get a group, everybody plays as one character, and there's no faster way to lose friends, truly, than blaming your friends for the reason why your character gets killed.
Now, one of the things I just wanted to bring this up because you brought up a very cool point about when the previous game came out, Until Dawn. I know a lot of people out there who came in when I was playing it. They came in and were like, "This is my 3rd time watching someone complete the game," because they want to see every single person's reaction to the choices that are made in the game. Does this have that kind of different? You can watch it 3 times and it's never the same.
Yeah, of course, because that's the nature of the branching. I mean, what we know is people play the game, have a cool first playthrough. As soon as they're finished, they want to go and save all the people that got killed. That's their first thing. And then the next thing they do is they want to kill all the people.
Yes.
Or they didn't. They want to see all the deaths and things like that. So there's loads of replayability there. We know there's whole scenes that can play out differently, or just are there in the playthrough or not that you can unlock. So there's a lot of stuff to find.
Now I'm curious, are you a kill them all first or save them all first kind of a player?
Honestly, I think when I play through this the first time, I'm just going to go with my gut. I'm not going to overthink it.
All right.
Yeah,
I like
think,
your style.
Yeah, and so we'll see. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a psychological test, right? By the time you end the game, it's like, does my gut and my instinct kill people or save people?
Would I survive in this? Oh, probably not.
I'd probably not survive, honestly.
I'm looking forward to having my morals questions and having my decisions there's no good choice here. So I feel bad either way.
Well, that's what Tom has been saying the last couple of days is what's fun is they're not there's not obvious choices, right? They're both difficult choices to make, and so sometimes the choice that you make that you think is going to go one way is sort of like an unexpected journey. But yeah, so I think I'm just going to go with my gut, see what happens, and then then maybe win another playthrough, like just actively try to achieve something.
One of the actual, like, absolutely standout things about the first time looking at this game is the look of the game. And can you tell us about, like, just a little bit about your experience doing the capture?
Yeah, so this was my second time doing motion capture for a game, and it's incredible how the technology has progressed. It was only even a couple years, but even the camera rig that we wore, which was like basically a light helmet with cameras on it, was much lighter and much less cumbersome than the first time I did it. And the real benefit of that is that at the end of the day, you want to be in a room with actors. You want to be able to look at people in the eyes, and that's what this rig allowed us to do. All of us were in the room at the same time, the actors together.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, it's such a huge gift. You could do these performances on your own in a room, like as if you were in, doing voice work or something like that.
Sure.
But man, it adds such a level of detail and complexity, mostly because you can brainstorm with somebody else. Like, you're playing a scene, you're not in a vacuum by yourself. You're working with other actors, and just being able to look at someone in the eye and play a scene, and then we cut, like, what worked, what felt right, what didn't, and then just the ability to figure that out together, which is a huge benefit to
and
being
you can
in
act
room.
off their reactions as well, right?
Absolutely.
So you can see what they're doing and respond.
Yeah, I mean, that's acting.
That was
everyone
my,
says,
my high
listening.
school drama code.
Exactly. And
Acting is reacting.
And it is like, it sounds ridiculous, and you hear that and you're like, is that true? But it is. I mean, for example, like when I'm preparing an audition or something like that, I'm sitting in my room doing it on my own. Then, or even a scene, I'm in my hotel room, like in Montreal, getting ready to play the scene, and I think I know what the other actor, how they're gonna react or prepare or say the line. What's fantastic is when they do it in a completely different way, and so it surprises you. It allows you to, expand the way that you're thinking about the scene or the reaction, and that just gives you more ammunition to hopefully make it more real, more reactive. So allowing the actors to do that with rigs where you can actually, like, you can get close. You could probably get this close to somebody. You can't like get super close, but I can look you right in the eye and I feel like I know what you're saying. And
Can you just keep looking me in the eye?
I can. Not for too much longer.
You cannot overstate how beautiful his eyes are. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No,
Please keep
lost
looking
my
at me.
We've gone to a funny place.
Yeah. But it's true though.
Yeah, you can be really close. Yeah.
You can be really close and you can interact with the actors